Today we're gonna be talking about time audits and how to spend your time more profitably as a business owner. So in a nutshell, what that means is I'm gonna show you how you can spend your time more profitably, more efficiently, and also make your life easier by not having to focus on small, boring things that don't actually make money. Just so you understand how powerful this stuff is, it literally changed how I run my business and how I live my life. But yeah, the first thing, team of Terminators. Our team is just full of Terminators, absolute machines that execute with really good efficiency. They don't get stuck into the small day-to-day roadblocks and problems, so they are Terminators. A team of Terminators helping you on your day-to-day tasks and on activities can 2, 3, or even 5, 10, 100x your revenue and your business. A huge mistake that I see a lot of people make is when they're trying to build their team or build a set of systems and processes in their business, they start doing it before they do the actual trench work themselves. Where you actually build really good processes and really good systems and frameworks is that you do it yourself for at least 3 months. You get really under high amount of pressure, so you a little bit take on too much work. You're forced to innovate and forced to come up with the most efficient way to actually perform a task or a process in your business, because otherwise everything's just gonna crumble. So you need to get into the trenches first. That way, when you actually start building automations or hiring people to do stuff, then you already know the process is gonna work and it won't crash under some pressure. So, trying to systemize without a battle-tested process is basically committing the samurai's final act. And I think we all know what that means. To build a well-functioning team in the most profitable and efficient way, we first need to figure out what needs to be delegated and outsourced. We do this by executing an in-depth time audit. And the goal of the time audit is to see how you are spending your time. For example, if every single day you're spending 3 hours on doing some random admin stuff that really generates $0 a month for you. On the other side, you could be spending that 3 hours a day on, for example, outreach. If we know that, okay, when you do outreach, on average, it's gonna make you an extra $500 an hour. Then there's a clear thing. Okay, I'm doing something that makes me $0 an hour. I could be doing something that makes me $300 an hour. Can I just outsource this $0 an hour task to someone and delegate it to them and pay them $20 an hour? They are happy and they'll do it. And they'll probably even do it better than you because they're just focusing on that task. And then you can spend that extra 3 hours on doing something that generates you on average $300 an hour. I know it's super simplified that way, but that's pretty much what it is. For this, I have created an extremely simple formula because that way it just makes more sense in your head. So let's break down your day into 3 main categories, which are basically high ROI tasks, low ROI tasks, and non-ROI tasks. Of course, we'll also have to account for sleep and personal time. Let's say that you need 8 hours of sleep every single day and you also want to allocate some personal time. We can assign these values to these metrics. So sleep 8 and then P 4, so 4 hours for personal time and daily activities. So now our formula basically is H plus L plus N equals 24, and then we minus sleep and personal time, so we get left with 12 hours in the day. So to maximize the profitability of your time usage, you want to focus on high ROI tasks, of course. If you can do high ROI task or no ROI task, of course we want to pick the high ROI task. So we also need to assign weight to each task type based on their ROI potential. So high ROI tasks, their weight is 3, low ROI task, weight is 1, and non-ROI tasks, weight is 0. High ROI tasks are gonna weigh more because they have more impact in the bottom line of your business. Using these values and metrics, we are able to calculate ROI score for a day using these weights. Basically, how we calculate ROI score is 3 times the number of high ROI tasks plus 1 times the number of low ROI tasks plus 0 times the number of non-ROI tasks. And to maximize your ROI score, you should aim to increase the time spent on higher ROI tasks, so the age ones, because they have more weight, and minimize the time spent on low ROI tasks and non-ROI tasks. And as you delegate or eliminate low ROI and non-ROI tasks, you can adjust your time allocation accordingly to improve your daily ROI score. We want to have as high of an ROI score as possible because the higher ROI score is, the more profitably we are spending our time. So we need to do a time audit, like I already said. First thing, Write down all the tasks you need to do every week for your business. So you literally just take a Google Sheets or a piece of paper and a stopwatch, and every time you do something, you write down the task. Second thing, when you have done that, you put a dollar sign next to tasks that bring in money. We basically just separate, okay, so these are tasks that have ROI and these are tasks that don't have ROI. And then you just separate them into two categories. Okay, then we have a list of tasks that make money, and then we have a list of tasks that don't make money. So we look at the list that doesn't make money, and we need to again go through them one by one and categorize them into 4 things. First thing, can I eliminate this? Second thing, can you delegate the task? If you can't eliminate it or delegate it, okay, can I outsource this? And then the last thing is, do you need to schedule them? So for example, there's some tasks that are basically no ROI, but they still need to be done. So you need to schedule it. And what that means is you schedule it on your calendar after you have done all the high ROI tasks and low ROI tasks. So you can schedule it. Then what you do is you look at the money tasks that have the dollar symbol next to them. So the tasks that actually have an ROI, and you separate them into high ROI tasks and low ROI tasks. Then you just prioritize your time by scheduling high ROI tasks first, and then low ROI tasks, and finally no ROI tasks. And also one thing to just take into consideration, when you have marked all your tasks, high, low, and no ROI, then calculate your ROI score. And then the last thing, this is optional, but if you are a super fucking workaholic, schedule your time off, avoid burnouts. So if you look at your calendar and you have all your tasks, high, low, and no ROI, what you do first is you schedule your time off. Okay, I'm gonna take this day off. I'm gonna have a little bit of a break here. I'm gonna do this with my friend here. I'm gonna do this here. Then you look at your high ROI task. Okay, I'm gonna do this and this and this and this here. So you do them as fast as you can and immediately. And the goal basically here is to get rid of as many no ROI tasks as possible, while maximizing your time spent on high ROI tasks to increase your ROI score. The higher ROI score is, the better, the more money we are always making. Each month, calculate your ROI score again, and if there is no improvement, do a time audit again. For example, if this is a day of tasks, this is just an example. Here you see we have tasks with no ROI, so these two. We have tasks with low ROI, so just the $1 symbol, and then we have a task with $3 signs, and these are the high ROI ones. So writing content and writing a new VSL. As you can see from this example, we spent around 7 hours on work this day, but only around 1/3 of the tasks was on high ROI activities. So calculating this formula, again remember, the weight of the high ROI tasks is 3, the weight of low ROI tasks is 1, so everything is multiplied by 1, and the weight of no ROI tasks is 0, so everything is multiplied by 0. So if you calculate that, 2 high ROI tasks, boom, times 2, 2 low ROI tasks times 2, and then 2 no ROI tasks times 2. That would mean that our ROI score is 8. So, okay, if you look at these activities, how can we boost our ROI score? And what are potential solutions so we can open up more time for high ROI tasks? So we want to get rid of these, boom, and focus on more these. So, action steps, just to summarize everything that you just learned and that we just went through on this video. First, use Google Sheets and Google Stopwatch and time audit everything you do for the next week. How much time you spend on eating, cooking, cleaning, talking with customers, doing sales calls, doing outreach, looking at the Instagram, scrolling on TikTok, sleeping, everything. Just time audit every single activity steps that you do. Second thing, look at the time audit and categorize all of those tasks to high ROI, low ROI, and no ROI. Then for all your no ROI tasks, decide if you can eliminate it, delegate it, can you outsource it, or can you just schedule it to a later time during a week or day. If you can't get rid of it, if you still personally need to do it, just schedule it. Prioritize your high ROI tasks first when you're planning your week or day. Calculate your ROI score and repeat every 90 days. As you scale, new things come up. So you need to be repeating this every single 90 days so you always can trim the fat. You basically let the fat float to the top. Boom, you do a time audit, you trim the fat. Again, we just have meat, we just have protein, ready to go. High efficiency, high ROI, business owner, revenue operations. Boom. Amazing. So if you like this stuff, drop a comment, drop a like, drop a subscribe. I always just want to hear feedback. I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, night, whatever it might be for you ahead of you. Thank you. Take care.